It was a regular day on the set of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, but as the crew set up for another typical filming session, little did they know that a moment of truth was about to emerge. A revelation so powerful, so unexpected, that it would leave everyone reeling. In the world of reality TV, where drama runs high and secrets are often exposed, this was something no one could have anticipated. Lil Scrappy, the beloved rapper and reality star, had always been known for his larger-than-life persona. A figure who had battled the streets, the music industry, and his personal demons, Scrappy had become a staple in the Love and Hip Hop franchise. Fans had followed his journey of redemption, watching him navigate the complexities of family, relationships, and career. But beneath the surface of his public persona, a darker truth had remained hidden for years. The stage was set in the studio as the cameras rolled, the usual hustle of cast members preparing for scenes. Yet, there was one cast member who wasn't preparing for the drama they were used to. Instead, she stood off to the side, her nerves palpable, a woman who had been silently carrying a heavy burden for far too long. She was Lil Scrappy's assistant, a woman who had served him faithfully for years. To many, she was a behind-the-scenes figure, someone who made sure Scrappy's business was handled, someone who kept his world in order. But as the crew watched, she would no longer remain hidden in the shadows. "I've never said this before, but it's time for the truth to come out," she said, her voice trembling yet determined. The words were not easy for her to speak, but they had been weighing on her for far too long. The atmosphere around her shifted, the usual buzz of the set replaced by an eerie silence. All eyes were on her now, knowing something big was about to unfold. "I've kept this to myself for a long time," she continued, taking a deep breath, her hands trembling as she tried to steady herself. "But I can't hide it anymore. It's time for people to know what happened." For the cast members and crew, it was clear that something serious was about to be revealed. Some exchanged glances, unsure of what was coming, while others, who had witnessed Scrappy's volatile behavior on and off screen, braced themselves for what they already suspected. She paused, gathering her thoughts, and then, with a quiet intensity, she said the words that would forever change the trajectory of the show. "There was a time when Scrappy, he physically hurt me. When he was drunk, he lost control. And it wasn't just once, it happened more than once." The room froze. The assistant's words hung heavy in the air, as if time itself had stopped. Her eyes filled with unshed tears, and the weight of the truth she was revealing was almost too much for her to bear. She could feel the stares of everyone around her. But she didn't waver. She wasn't speaking out for sympathy or attention. She wasn't trying to tear Scrappy down. She was simply telling her story. A story that had been buried in silence for far too long. "I didn't want to speak out. I didn't want to hurt him," she said, voice breaking with emotion. "But it wasn't right. No one should have to suffer like that, especially in the name of loyalty." The room, which had once been full of life and chatter, was now a hushed, tense space. The reality of the situation was dawning on everyone present. Scrappy, the man who had captivated viewers with his charm and his struggles, was now facing the harsh truth of his actions. The assistant, her eyes brimming with tears, began to recount the painful incidents that had taken place. She spoke of the nights when Scrappy would return home after a night of drinking, his temper already flaring. In those moments, everything seemed to spiral out of control. The man she had once trusted, who had been like family to her, became someone unrecognizable, lost in a haze of alcohol and rage. "There were nights when he didn't know his own strength," she continued, voice shaky. "He didn't mean to hurt me, I know that. But when he was drunk, it was like he couldn't control himself. It wasn't just words, it was actions. And it hurt." As the assistant spoke, her vulnerability and raw honesty left the cast members in shock. Some had known Scrappy's temper from the show, seen glimpses of it during heated arguments or tense moments, but this was something entirely different. The revelation that Scrappy, someone they all thought they knew, had hurt someone so close to him in such a personal way was a betrayal none of them had expected. In the days that followed, Scrappy's